Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your go-to for cutting through all the noise, getting straight to what really matters. We take your sources, our notes, all that research, and boil it down. You get those crucial nuggets, those aha moments you need. Today, we are diving headfirst into a book, a phenomenon really that's just completely taken over the book world, Rebecca Yarros' Onyx Storm. If you've seen the buzz, heard the whispers, maybe asked yourself, okay, should I buy Onyx Storm? Is this book actually for me? Yeah, you were definitely in the right place. Our mission today, give you a solid spoiler-light deep dive. We're going to unpack what it's about, dig into the themes, look at the writing style, see how people are reacting, readers, critics, everyone, and, ultimately help you figure out if this fiery romantic novel, the one that really has taken 2025 by storm, should be on your shelf. Okay. Let's really get into this.
Yeah, fantastic one to dive into because Onyx Storm isn't just, another book release. It's the third one, the incredibly anticipated third book in Rebecca Yarros' huge Empyrean series. The saga that kicked off with Fourth Wing, then Iron Flame. It's just grabbed a massive global audience. It came out January 2025 and yet shot straight to the top of the charts, just like the others, really. Genre-wise, it's new adult fantasy romance. So think high-stakes magic, complex politics, and this really epic emotional core. But what makes the series really pop, I think, beyond just those elements, is how Yarros weaves genuine danger with these really deep character journeys. It makes the huge world-ending stakes feel super personal, tied right to the characters' hearts.
And that connection is undeniable, right? Without getting into spoilers, Onyx Storm really ramps up the tension for the main character, Violet Sorrengail, to a whole new level. She's dealing with increasingly dangerous magic, all while she's on this desperate, really personal mission, trying to save Aedan, who might, succumb to Venin, this dark, corrupting power. But the story, that's only part of it. I mean, the success of this book is just, wow, mind-boggling. It wasn't just a bestseller. It became the fastest-selling adult novel in 20 years. 20! And get this, the deluxe edition. Sold over 2 million copies. Just that edition. In the first 6 months. That's more than a bestseller, is like a proper cultural event. Few books manage that. It becomes something people talk about, beyond just sales numbers. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah, what's fascinating here, totally beyond those huge sales figures, is how Yarros pulls together these really powerful themes that just click with so many readers, lifting the series beyond, standard genre stuff. At the absolute heart of Onyx Storm is this incredible mix. It's romantasy, sure, but also this intense devotion. The romance isn't just a side plot for breaks in the action, it's built right into the chaos. Often it drives the chaos. Violet's determination, her almost obsessive need to save Xaden from himself, essentially. That's not just a character quirk, it's the emotional anchor for the whole story. Her commitment to him, that refusal to give up, it actually sparks a lot of the conflicts and the internal struggles they both go through. The chaos isn't just happening around their love, it's often because of it.
Huh. So it's not just like dragons and magic happening over here and a relationship happening over there. It's that intense connection between them that actually fuels the bigger world-changing stuff. That's a key difference.
Exactly. And that leads us right into the next big theme, power and transformation. Xaden's personal struggle, is he falling into this Venin corruption, or can he find redemption? It mirrors these bigger questions about power itself. Can anyone really resist that kind of darkness when faced with it? Or is changing inevitable when you hold that kind of power, especially power that touches, the fabric of existence? The book doesn't give you easy answers. It makes the characters and you, the reader, really wrestle with these big questions. It's a really compelling look at the moral choices people make under overwhelming pressure and how those choices define them.
Right. That sounds like it adds a serious layer of depth. Pushes it beyond just, romance and fighting into something, more philosophical.
Absolutely. And tied into all that is this theme of rebellion and destiny. The characters aren't just reacting. They're constantly grappling with their own roles in this growing political conflict, this rebellion against oppression. Their choices, who they align with, what they sacrifice, it all directly impacts not just them, but the fate of their whole world. So these three things, the devotion, the cost of power and change, and the weight of rebellion, they aren't just there. They weave together. It creates this huge, sweeping, really emotionally immersive story. And it's impressive how Yarros balances the super intricate fantasy world building with these intense, relatable, personal stakes. It makes the big political stuff feel really personal and urgent. That balance is why readers get so hooked, I think.
And speaking of immersive, let's talk writing style and atmosphere. Because, if you want subtle and quiet, this isn't it. Yarros' writing just hits you. It's got this immediate energy, like a huge blockbuster movie. The pacing, relentless. Super fast, super tense, and loaded, absolutely loaded, with cliffhangers. The kind that genuinely keep you reading way past bedtime. You know the feeling, it's not just reading. It feels like you're watching this high-speed movie play out in your head. Every scene is vivid, impactful, and beyond the speed, the world building is just so rich, so detailed. You get sucked into this magic system that feels ancient and dangerous. There's political tension just simmering everywhere, always about to boil over. The settings, academies, battlefield, they feel real. You can almost like feel them. And the tone, oh, it's passionate, dramatic. Capital P, capital D. This isn't quiet glances across a room. It's sweep you off your feet, grab your heart, won't let go romance. Expect to be pulled into this heightened, emotionally charged world. Everything feels big, significant. It's designed to make you feel things strongly and immediately. And boy, does it deliver.
Right, that emotional charge you're talking about, it's so key to the experience. And it's totally tied to the characters. They really are the engine driving this whole storm of a story. And if we connect this to why the series is so popular, it's about how invested you get in them, individually and together. First off, Violet Sorringdale. She keeps evolving. She's strong, fiercely devoted. Seeing her go from being seen as maybe fragile to showing this incredible inner strength and determination, it's magnetic. And relatable, too. You don't just watch her, you root for her. You feel her struggles, you admire her grit, especially her commitment to Xaden. She defies expectations, not with raw power, but with smarts and loyalty.
And to Xaden. Okay, so he sounds like he's going through something major, maybe really dark in this one. What makes his story so compelling?
He definitely is. His journey in Onyx Storm is crucial. He's portrayed as deeply tormented, really complex, and his internal battle with power, identity, that pull of the venom, it adds so much emotional depth. It's not simple good versus evil. It's all about the gray areas, the tough choices, and asking if love can actually conquer something that dark. His fight to resist and the agonizing question of whether he can stay true to himself or if he'll be changed forever, it creates this tension that just keeps you hooked on his fate. It's like a classic hero's journey, but with this really morally murky twist. Makes you think about the price of power, the possibility of redemption. And beyond those two, the supporting cast is just as rich, just as vibrant. You get allies, antagonists, some old, some new, who make the romance feel more real, but also seriously deepen the political intrigue of the whole series. These characters are absolutely key to the whole whirlwind experience. Their relationships, loyalties, choices, even betrayals, they all matter. They carry real weight. It contributes to that feeling that nobody is really safe.
Okay, so with all that going on, the high stakes, the intense feelings, these complex characters, how has Onyx Storm actually landed with people? What's the reception been like?
Overwhelmingly positive, honestly. Especially from the dedicated fans. Readers have just flooded review sites with raves. They call it addictive, incredibly emotionally powerful, a perfect fantasy escape. It's that kind of book you pick up planning to read a chapter and suddenly it's 3 a.m. and you're done. And this isn't just like random comments. It's reflected in the awards and charts. It's been a constant bestseller everywhere. Yeah. Goodreads, trade charts, you name it, a real sign of its massive appeal.
Clearly hit a nerve, a big one. But, when something gets this huge, there are always different takes. Have critics offered maybe slightly different views?
Oh, for sure. While it's generally very positive critically, too, some reviewers have offered, more nuanced thoughts. For example, some point out that the romance, while central, can sometimes feel a bit, over the top. Lots of dramatic declarations, big gestures, and the world building, while vivid, some find it occasionally labyrinthine, meaning there's a lot to keep track of. Characters, factions, magic roles, history. But, and this is important, the book's intensity, its passion, its drama, its sheer scale, even that complex world. It's mostly seen as a feature, not a bug. That's what the target audience wants. Those elements are exactly why people love it. It shows that Yarros knows her readers and isn't afraid to give them what they came for. She leans right into it.
Yeah, it really sounds like a book that knows its audience inside out and just delivers. Which brings up an important question. What's the wider impact? Culturally, we're seeing it everywhere.
Oh, it's way beyond just being a popular book now. It's a proper cultural thing, just like the first two. With sales like that and fans being so invested, the online buzz is immense. People are already talking screen adaptations, merchandise. You can feel the anticipation building. We could be looking at the next huge fantasy fandom, like the big ones we've seen dominate pop culture. The way it's captured imagination suggests it's perfectly set up for more TV, movies, maybe even games. The story is visual, the characters are compelling, the world is rich. It's all there, ready for adaptation.
Right. It's not just a book series anymore. It's like a whole universe taking shape, almost built for other platforms.
Exactly. And a huge part of that success, that ongoing impact, is the community it's built. Places like Book Talk, fan forums, they're absolutely buzzing, nonstop. You see intricate theories about plot twists, incredible fan art bringing characters to life, people sharing these really passionate, emotional reactions. It's amazing to see how this book didn't just sell copies, it sparked conversations, creativity, and this deep sense of loyalty among readers. That fan engagement keeps the story alive long after you finish the book. It becomes this living thing, constantly evolving through the community. It really shows the power of shared stories to connect people, building this whole interactive universe around the books.
All right, so that brings us to the big one. The final verdict is Onyx Storm for you. Let's try to make this super clear. You should absolutely say yes, B-Y-I-T if. If you just love those big, sweeping romantasy novels, the ones mixing high-stakes magic with really intense, passionate relationships. If you thrive on high emotions, dramatic twists, magic-filled drama that just pulls you in and doesn't let go, yeah, this is tailor-made for you. And obviously, if you're already hooked on the Empyrean series, loved Fourth Wing, loved Iron Flame, then yeah, this deepens the story beautifully. It's essential. You'll get exactly what you're hoping for. However, you might want to maybe skip IT if you prefer your fiction more grounded, less drama, maybe. Or if really passionate, super dramatic romance just isn't your thing. If that specific mix, the high fantasy world plus the intense, passionate romance, that's not really your jam, as they say, then the sheer intensity, the emotional volume of Onyx Storm, it might feel like a bit much or just not what you enjoy reading. And that's totally okay. It's a specific taste. So, summing up, for fans of epic romantic fantasy, Onyx Storm doesn't just deliver.
It delivers big time. Expect an unforgettable whirlwind ride. And that is your deep dive on Rebecca Yarros' Onyx Storm. It's clear this is more than just the next book in a series. It's become a cultural touchpoint, connecting with millions, sparking all sorts of conversations and communities. So if you're looking for a book that will totally sweep you off your feet, grab hold and not let go and plunge you into this incredibly imagined world with characters you'll either love or, frankly, agonize over. Well, after hearing all this, you might already know the answer for yourself. Hey, if you found this deep dive helpful, please do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe for more book breakdowns and analysis just like this. We really do love hearing from you. Until next time, happy reading.